afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda of the riveting and glorious 1v1 on Pachino Stalemate in the north. Oh, actually, let's start in the south here with Gentlefox. Most Gentlefoxes fighting for the German army, Deutschland, the 90th Panzer Grenadier shown here, tasked by von Kesselring to keep the British advance here under check, as we are in fact on the other end seeing here Charlotte fighting here for the British Empire, the Commonwealth, the 1st Armoured Division, tasked with crushing German presence here and opening up a way towards Rome. We got a double sappers and Vickers start here for Charlotte as she advances swiftly forwards for the British Empire. Rapidly moving in those sappers to seize tactically vital ground here as Gentlefox opens up with a double pioneer start. And we also got an MD42 start for him, so a sort of interestingly mirrored opening here for both sides. And as a side note, as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for the continued and generous support of the Propagandacast, allowing me to keep making all these videos. So big thanks to all those wonderful and charming people. And of course, as always, a big thanks to all those people who keep liking and commenting on my videos as well there. Also nice help there, as it of course helps the YouTube algorithm spread my video out to more people. So big thanks to all those people who can just, like my videos and comment on them as well there. So, machine gun moving up towards us here, pioneers, or sappers, they're about to run into them, which is definitely going to be a hell of an encounter there. And there we go, Charlotte's response there is sharp and immediate. Immediately walks the sappers back before they get turned into German target practice. Up north here, MD4, or Vickers there, basically we got the 2nd Vickers, then the section command post here. Interesting opening here for Charlotte. In the south here, Gentlefox Pioneer advancing, and we got some Grenadiers out here to support the 90th Panzer Grenadier shown, 5th Panzer Grenadier Company southwards. Sappers advance towards the south of Pachino, as German forces now having secured the centre, advance towards the western fuel point. Gentlefox already looking to set up a bit of a blocking position here. Sandbags being dug and machine guns up in one of the nearby houses. Vickers though and Sappers going to counter this move here. Can Charlotte put a stop here to Gentlefox's not so gentle machinations? We shall see him there. Go MD42 holding the sappers and supporting Vickers is thrown to the pioneers, doing a fair amount of damage, but the MD42 pretty much means this is not going to work out for Charlotte without artillery support here to flash out the Germans or significantly larger force attacking from other sides. A northern flank here could work out due to the building blocking here, so say sappers with a flamethrower could do the trick. For now though, sappers here caught in a bad spot as well as Gentlefox pioneers and grenadiers catching here Charlotte sappers there, and we do get a mortar here from Charlotte in response to German MD42s covering that field point, and we got a battle group choice. It is the British Armoured Battle Group from Charlotte, so we're looking like that Crusader anti-aircraft tanks and either Churchill 4 Mark IV or the Churchill Black Prince, amongst other things. Sappers routed, mortar team out here for Charlotte, and there you go, MD40 up with the sappers. Immediately opening up here the mortar against the MD42. Vickers pushing southwards. Meanwhile, far up north here, Charlotte's Vickers there is having absolutely no problems. So there you go, first mortar around there, popping straight for the roof, and the machine gun quickly vacates the premises as it realizes they're no longer habitable for German life forms anyways. Machine gun there, there's the pioneers who are immediately ripped here with harsh Vickers fire. Then he's playing out to Vickers here, he's going to force that one to withdraw. Pushing into the Grenadiers and the MD42 looking to hit the northern fields of Pachino. Sappers bring up, you're going to dig in, and we got the British mortar probably going to move a bit further up here for Charlotte to further secure ground. No infantry sections yet for Charlotte here. Perhaps he's planning to go for some more sapper heavy builds here, using the engineered detachments to make them cheaper. That is a possible strategy for Charlotte, admittedly. North here, Vickers was the MD42, but the bigger problem here for Charlotte is the Grenadiers quartering up the flank of the Vickers here, and this really just leaves Charlotte with one option, which is to retreat. Otherwise, it's to hand over the machine gun to the Germans, which would be very counterproductive. South side here, Sappers forwards. We got one equipped here with the number 2 flamethrower. Sappers forwards here, but without a flamethrower, they will certainly struggle a bit to flush out the Grenadiers. Of course, there's that mortar which could serve as help here. Oh, moved a bit too fast here. I think the mortar's meant to be in the fuel point, but clearly something slightly slipped there for Charlotte. You also got mines here from Gentlefox. Sappers around the Grenadiers, Vickers moving up here. Morton's going to the fuel point. Central East being secured here. And up north here, 90th Panzer Grenadiers shown are making short work of the northern holdings. So over to Gentlefox, most Gentlefoxes, who has gone here for the Mechanized Battle Group, and on top of that is going for the 2-1. Like to Schützen, or not Schützen, but Panzerwagen. In fact, he's going for a double 2-1 opening here, relying on the raid package to help make them more survivable with the smoke canisters, but also allowing them to grab points here. So this is definitely not your average Wehrmacht meta game, but can be quite effective in the right hands. That said, it definitely requires a fair amount of expertise in handling light vehicles. Though I imagine it might become better once the pathing changes come in, which would help make armored cars more easy to handle, and particularly once to remove the road prioritization, which is one reason people really don't like Pachino, is the way the vehicles like force to prioritize the road, and this can really at times mess with pathing, as sometimes units will try and take detours through the center when they absolutely have no business there. Armored car around the center, armored car contacts the sappers here. Mine goes off in the 2-1, blowing the engine and quite a bit of the rest of the armored car there to bits. Otto, are you okay? I can't hear you. Ah, scheiße. I think Otto's deaf. Wasn't he always deaf? How did he become a car driver then? Ah, good point. Up north here, machining about covering the northern approach here. That was a really close to costing Gentlefox out an early armored car, pushing forward to the other one here. Charlotte there's going to need anti-tank rifles or some armored cars yet soon enough to counter the 2-1 here. Mortar's going to open the 2-1 here, perhaps. There we go, direct hit here, landing straight on top there, doing a fair amount of damage, as most armoured cars, well, aren't exactly heavily armoured, particularly on the top. South side here, Pioneers grab the fuel point here. So far, the Gentlefox got pretty good map control, but there go anti-tank rifles and the boys, punching large holes here into the 2-1. Smoke canisters deployed to allowing the armoured car to escape, but not before rendering the fuel point neutral. Again, Charlotte's early game here has definitely seen better days for now. And we also got a rapid officer quarters upgrade up here, allowing the 2-1s to become Veterans 1, opening up for the Scout awareness amongst other things. Could of course also transfer out some of those grenadiers for Jaegers. Here we go, got a Humber out here for Charlotte. Got the Vickers, the Sappers on the move here. Charlotte, I think, will also really want some healing because most of our forces currently are like half health or less. Not exactly ideal there. And we got the Panzerbüchse 41 here, upgrade for the armored car. Pioneers White, that's a small win here for Charlotte or Gentlefox. Yeah, this was one of those, you'll see, frontline modifications of the armored car where they mounted a, depending on your perspective, light anti-tank gun or heavy anti-tank rifles on the armored car at the front there. It's one of many sort of types of modification on the front, and you see it like that. There's also a case where they use, I would say, utility half-tracks like the STKF set 10 and mounted a Pak 38 on it, turning into a light tank destroyer that way. Fun fact! Anyways, 2-1 there with a 2.8 moving forwards here. Humber ripping into the church here. The church is an Isle of Pachino. Definitely not too great. And there you go, 2-1 punches a massive hole into the sidearm of the Humber there. But we got anti-tank rifle here from the nearby house, causing immense damage here to Gentlefox 2-1-28. In the south here, other 2-1 riding the Sappers here. A lot of action here. Gentlefox with more motorized elements. That was definitely a more fierce force. And what is this? We also get the Flak 30. Oh boy, oh boy. In the south here, 2-1 into the Vickers here. We got the Humber nearby, heavily damaged, but obviously less concerned about machine guns, but not the mine. And the mine takes out Charlotte's Humber, leaving her Humberless. Excellent kill here for Gentlefox. Got the 2-1 the rip into the Vickers, forcing it back, snapping up the flamethrowers here. Got the Flak 30 moving forwards. Flak 30, of course, infamous for that one scene in Saving Private Ryan. Which, of course, caused many people back in the day to make little videos of trying to reenact it in company heroes with a flak feeling. Yeah. Anyways, 6-pounder gun ready, mortifying away their sappers pushing southwards. Finally got the healing up here for Charlotte, definitely necessary. We got the section occupying the church, which is now looking pretty rough here. 2-1 there, in need of repairs. Note they'd also mount this one on half track, specifically the 250, but they'd actually use them as light tank destroyers at the start of the war there. But there you go, 2-1 Flak 30, absolutely annihilating Charlotte sappers. Good hit from the mortar, but certainly nothing to compensate for just having her men just shredded there. In the centre there, Grenadiers pushed back by the section. That section, by we need to push back for healing. They are in an incredibly weak spot there. I mean, some of them are just ready to like drop dead at like any excuse. Back to Charlotte here so far, who is definitely having a very tough time. Even we got Gentlefox here with a Panzer Grenadier Company. We got the rigorous vehicle training. Likely here looking to the Crusader anti-aircraft tank to turn the tide. Unsurprisingly, I suppose. Got the 2-1 there with the 2.8cm gun there. Hanging back here, waiting for the next target to arrive. South here, Pioneers ground the point here. We got 324s, 498. Got mortar fire towards the north by the sound of it. Yup. Guessing the machine gun is there, but already now it's Gentlefox at reposition the machine gun out. Thumbs up there. Never hurts to reposition your weapons from time to time if you know your opponent has a mortar. Him on the south here, flat gun with armored car support there, awaiting, looks like frontline troops making the next move. We don't have any like additional troops here. We're not looking at any, say, Jaegers here, or Punch guns yet for Gentlefox. Pioneers caught laying down a mine. And Charlotte is going for an awful lot of anti-tank guns. We're looking at 3, 2 already on the field and a third one on the way. I mean, that's, I suppose, one way to respond to all of these armored cars. Definitely also feels like, you know, line up here for the Crusader anti-aircraft tank into the Black Prince, or just Churchill tanks. So this is an interesting shift there in strategy, which, of course, anti-tank gun spam is fairly, you know, common here, but I feel like triple anti-tank guns remains nonetheless fairly rare. So, all the way, triple anti-tank guns out here. So again, with all these armored cars out, I don't quite blame Charlotte for it, as they always can like do a very good job at keeping constrained, but if she got enough anti-tank guns, it becomes much harder for Gentlefox to exploit any gaps in Charlotte's lines with the armored cars. Got more samples out here to replace the ones that did get unceremoniously gunned down by the Germans. You can see the Charlotte lining up push from the north flank. We even got a deep flank here with the anti-tank section. Very good here. 2 thumbs up. Really good tactical play there. Really good. 6-pounder gun filling up here. Needs mine sweepers, obviously. MD fortressing up. He won't be in time here to stop the section. Getting up behind it with their Lee Enfields and their boys. And tank rifle, 6-pounder gun moving up. Pioneers arriving, but I feel like the north side here for Gentlefox is going to have to fall apart here. Meanwhile, in the south here, slow push forward with the armored car pushing back. One of Charlotte's Vickers machine guns, Granny's getting ready to push into the center. And we got a Stug DS assault group here with punch guns running in here to support the 90th punch guns showing up north. Vickers, or MD42 push back alongside the Pioneers. 6-pounder guns, sappers moving in there. Sturmgeschütz advancing on the center here in the south. They got the 6-pounder guns going for the 2-1 here. Grenadiers flanking in here. Needs to pop smoke now, and even then it might be too late. Oh, does he get away? No, shot through the smoke here. The 2-1 is lit up like a Christmas candle. There he is. Stug moving towards the center here. 6-pounder guns being pushed back. Rapidly advancing with the assault group, and there we go. Charlotte finally has got her Crusader anti-aircraft tank ready to call it here. Vickers opening up the Panzer Grenadiers on the Stug D. Not doing too much, and the first Crusader anti-aircraft tank arrives, equipped with the buffers mounted on it. Grenadiers put towards the south there. Center being seized by Grenadiers up north there. Stug D moving in. But of course, with multiple anti-tank guns here, it becomes very difficult for Gentlefox to surprise Charlotte. The old got to tank rifles. There you go. Panthers forced to withdraw here. Oh, get off the Stug in the first place. Stug D just charges in there. Section forced to withdraw here. We got the armor coming to support as well here. Anti-tank in there being overrun here by the sheer fierceness and ferocity of Gentlefox's assault. Oh wait, this is anti-tank. Aren't they supposed to just run away? Gerald, you're away. These are large, heavy, and if they get out in a maneuver, we're kind of dead. Oh, right. There you go. Crusader moving in there, flanking the Panzer Grenadiers. Got the 2-1 moving in. Gonna flank that Crusader. There we go. Nice shot with the 2.8cm gun there. Punching a satisfyingly large hole into the rear there of the Crusader. Grenadiers moving, got the flank here as well. Gentlefox has repositioned most towards the north here, anticipating Charlotte to move more forces. And, okay, that's a Pack 40. It's like, just, is Charlotte going for a 4th 6-pounder gun? Has she lost the plot? But there you go. 2.8 firing out there, this time missing the Crusader. And there you go. full volley from the 6-pounder guns utterly annihilates Gentlefox's 221-28. Up north there, Gentlefox is forced to vacate the premises as the threat of triple anti-tank guns certainly remains a bit of a headache. Pack 40 almost done here. Panzergrenadiers in the south here, ready to move forwards as well. We got the flak 30, the machine gun guns in southwards here, ready to dig in a new line. We got the Vickers at the ready to halt any German offensive here, though of course they will likely need more support soon enough. That Vickers there, for example, is about to take a face full of flak fire there, and a Steelhandgranate right into the midst, almost wiping out the machine gun crew here, narrowly surviving the otherwise brutal encounter. Meanwhile, Charlotte calling in more Crusader anti-aircraft tanks here to further apply pressure to Gentlefox. We got the Vickers in the south flank, but then before to the Grenadiers, and of course the flak 30. Forcing that Vickers to run quite the gauntlet. Meanwhile, Stug, Pack 40 southwards here. Crusaders moving in here towards the center now. Charlotte definitely getting a bit more of the map back now here from those damnable Huns. Crusader dashing in here, ignoring any potential anti-tank gun lines here. Grenadiers are being shredded there by Swedish anti-aircraft gunfire, as the Bofors was a Swedish gun. And Bofors, in fact, would supply numerous weapons throughout the war, these weapon designs. They also supply anti-tank guns to some of the, like, the Romanians and the Hungarians a bit there. And they even supply an anti-aircraft tank also using the Bofors, which is all used amongst the Hungarians, amongst other things there. But there you go, that Bofors there, without support, dove in too hard, getting hit by the Pack 40. Also veterans one. In fact, already going for the Panzergrenadier officer quarters for just one Pack 40 and the Panzergrenadiers. That is commitment there from Gentlefox. That is commitment. Pioneers getting pummeled here by the Bofors Crusader there. Up north here, we got the section pushing off the Pioneers from the northern point here. Fierce fighting across most parts of the front here between Gentlefox and Charlotte. So both Crusaders made it out of that one alive, which is quite good there for Charlotte. Bit more potential headache here for Gentlefox. Back at base here, nothing further happening. Actually, we got the support elements going up here, which of course also unlocks the support elements of the Luftwaffe company. That's a bit of an interesting thing, where the officer quarters don't share, the support elements upgrades does, is shared between the two buildings. So in theory, like, Pinch, Gentlefox could, for example, go for the Marder 3 here. That is an option. Obviously, don't blame him. Currently, with the path in the traverse as it is at the recording of this video, that's going to be tougher. But say, alongside the path and you do fix the traverse, the Marder 3 here should also become a lot more useful. Gentlefox, though, goes to the Stug 3G. Thumbs up. Something a bit more robust. Sections advancing the center, versus opponent with triple anti-tank guns, so the Marder is going to be, not a great choice. If that thing just is going to take one volley, and then it's going to be, nothing but burning wreckage. North here, Vickers come northern point here. Charlotte and the 1st Arms Corps in the center, and we got a 3rd Crusader anti-aircraft tank out here. Clearly here, Charlotte just enlisting the entire anti-aircraft company there to support the 1st Armoured. Meanwhile, in the southeast, Stug D with Panzergrenadier support, Pioneer support, and other things that are being pushed in here. Grenadiers getting ready here. We could see a larger brawl ensuing, and there we go. Charlotte's getting ready for one of her armored pushes here. We got Saps leading the way here. Anti-tank section. We've got triple Crusaders, triple anti-tank guns, and there we go. Things are heating up. Charlotte dives in there. Guns blazing. German infantry running to cover there if they aren't already in it. Crusaders just swinging in there like madmen. Sappers ripping apart the Pioneers. Pack crews are being mauled by Bofors fire there. We got a 2nd Pack 40 Pioneer coming fire as well here. Looks like the Stug G was cancelled. Shame. Grenades being chucked at the Sappers here. Anti-tanks moving forwards. Grenadiers are being absolutely slaughtered here. Crusaders hightailing out, but not before the Stug D lands a great shot into the rear, which is definitely weak enough to shots get through here. And didn't get the Crusader. It is somehow still operable. Pack 40 is falling up here. The Stug D is actually blocking the escape of the Crusaders, allowing the packs to catch up here. If intended, that's a really nice maneuver by Gentlefox. Now with the smoke deployed, can escape the Stug D. That the 6-pounder guns being able to get shots in on it easily. Now the 6-pounder guns being caught here by the flak 30. Gentlefox turning here the trap onto Charlotte, forcing her to withdraw, but interestingly enough, without suffering so far at least any armored losses. Meanwhile, Gentlefox did lose a Pioneer unit. So Yeah, that was surprisingly both intense, yet not particularly bloody.
We're losing men here.
So section routed here. Crusaders withdrawing. One of them again with next to no structural capacity left. Gentlefox calling in more Panzergrenadiere. Closing on that Panther here, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Meanwhile, the Crusaders are definitely on a crusade of their own to get back before the German anti-tank gunners knock them out. Back to Charlotte here.
The enemy is pushing hard.
Who is...
Down to 250 points.
Oh god, she is going for a 4th anti-tank gun. Alright, that's definitely non-matter, but that does tend to be Charlotte. She does like to tend to explore the not usual things here, so that's always interesting. But sometimes it does express itself in some slightly worrying ways. So, fixing up the Stug D here. That's, I feel like at this point, Charlotte would probably better off trying to set up here for a company command post. Starting to pull from, maybe withdrawing some of these Crusader anti-aircraft tanks and replacing them with proper Crusaders, maybe ground some Matildas. Instead of also going for 4 anti-tank guns. But, that's just me. Definitely not a build I'd recommend, but, it certainly is interesting watching them use. There you go, 4 anti-tank guns on the move. 4 of these, they can pretty much just one-shot a Stug if they get all penetrating shots through. North here, Panthers moving in, and something happened there. Sounds like... Oh, we got an upgrade on the way. That is the grenade package. Alrighty then. North here, Panthers moving in, trying to flank around here. And looks like how Charlotte's flank worked out here. So will Gentlefox as the Panthers find a gap and machine guns out of fire. Moving in there for the fatherland. Got one Crusader moving in to halt the Panzer Grenadiers and their pernicious attempt to seize British Crown territory. In the south, the section moving in here has been caught by Stugs, Panzer Grenadiers, and of course the Flak 30. Charlotte there is clearly not keen on reenacting Sabre Crown Ride with her men. North here, Panthers right here. Not before they're into the point neutral, buying Gentlefox just a bit of time here versus Charlotte.
Victory point under enemy control.
And no sign of tech yet here. I would certainly recommend it. Then again, if she is planning for the Black Prince or just regular Churchill tanks, that's, probably not her big priority. Yeah, you've got a training center up here for Charlotte. I mean, that's not a bad idea either, honestly. Even if it does need, I think, a small buff now. It's still decent, but there you go. Charlotte going again here with the Crusader tanks here. Anti-tank is repositioning here, trying to get ready for proper armored assault here. Gentlefox has seen what Charlotte can do, so he's clearly trying to prepare himself for another Crusader charge. We got a Stug 3D on the way there again here for Gentlefox in the south. South is caught with the Sturmgeschütz, taking immediate high close shell hit straight to the face. And a Nebelwerfer instead. There's clearly this, hesitation there for Gentlefox. But that said, I mean, knowing how many anti-tank guns Charlotte does have, Nebelwerfers actually make a lot more sense under current circumstances. In particular, the way she's bunching them around the center, this is going to be a really good Nebelwerfer target if he ever finds out.
Armored vehicles are receiving frontline training.
So we've got armor upgrade there for Charlotte in terms of armor training. Definitely a good upgrade to have. Thumbs up there. Gives them a bit that bonus as 1 state veterans 1 plus a flat XP bonus. That can be quite handy. So there you go. One of them, in fact, already close to 82, so this is going to get a bit nasty here for Gentlefox potentially. There you go, Glenn's been caught here by the now better trained Crusader anti-aircraft tanks. There's Stug D opening up here. Grenadiers being absolutely mauled. We got the 6 planks bringing in. Note Charlotte actually split them up here, forming up 2 double anti-tank gun teams. Email here, the Stug D's 6-pounder gun is being blasted with heavy fire from the 6-pounder guns and the Crusaders here. Almost got it there, but fortune smiles briefly upon Gentlefox. And there you go, Nebelwerfer firing away here. This, of course, another good reason for Charlotte to split up the anti-tank guns, because they're all fought together. It'll be hard to move them about. They're efficient to get out of the way of a Nebelwerfer barrage. course, one thing worth noting is Charlotte doesn't exactly have a lot of infantry. I feel like this could be like a significant weakness in Charlotte's force composition. I mean, she's very reliant on the Crusader anti-aircraft tank to some degree as well. This is honestly why I think she also should consider taking up just to get out, say, some foot guards to support stuff here. But back to Gentlefox. 302 is 240. Charlotte's definitely able to close the gap between the two in terms of victory points. She's getting more and more of the map again. The Crusader tanks are just really doing good work in containing Gentlefox when those backed up with all these anti-tank guns. Ooh, flak 30 being caught with the Crusader. Flak versus flak, if you will. Got the other Crusader in south of Zervechi too. Could actually find a gap in Gentlefox's lines. Actually, it's kind of found it already. Center here, we got the Crusader catching the Grenadiers and the Punch guns forcing them back, and we got Gentlefox with a half track here. Interesting choice. Not bad, of course, but it's not one you see very often, like, actually be built. Like, most half tracks at the moment from the Germans are very much a sort of, like, you know, calling in a mechanized assault group with breakthrough. So to see Gentlefox actually building one of his own volition is interesting. There go Midler Schützenpanzerwagen out there. Guessing probably not the Stummel. They could go for the Stummel. Maybe an ambulance. Maybe just the regular one. Plenty of options there. Meanwhile, Gentlefox is not too far from the Panther here. Crusaders patrolling the center. 6 pound guys coming up again. Grenadiers flak out of ready. Here we got Pax. Dug in and hidden in the terrain. There we go. Stu Divas, the Crusaders, and of course the 6 pound guns. See smoke deployed again. But can Gentlefox get to safety? Almost had it there. Almost had it. Mine goes off in the section, killing Johnson and Lewis. Crusaders lining up here with the 6 pound gun support here. Could be a prepared push here from Charlotte. There you go. Catching the Grenadiers here with the double Crusaders and now both those anti-aircraft guns. Ripping apart the Grenadiers there. But the Pack Forge is at the ready. Just forces Charlotte to call off the assault instead of pushing further forwards. And we are getting an ambulance upgrade here for Gentlefox's half-track. Thumbs up. Definitely not a unit you see a lot of in 1v1s. But I do think it has merit, particularly that Veterans 1 bonus. Like, even in space, it can mean you can let your troops up much faster back in the field. We've also been doing it a bit cheaper there. So there we go, healing up troops to the front line. Thumbs up. Center their Grenadiers ground points. Further up north here, mortar Vickers at the ready. Charlotte probing towards here. We got 244 to 240. Same Crusader tank moving in here. Charlotte probably waiting for the Black Prince here to some degree. And Gentlefox, you know, probably waiting for the Panther. I mean, he's expecting a Black Prince as well here. Plus, the Panther's front line will certainly also do better than the Stooks against all these 6 pound guns, to be fair. Section caught with the flak 30 push back here. No chance of penetrating here for Charlotte right away. In the center, we've got the 6 pound guns creeping up once more. Stug D sneaking ahead again, backed up a few Pioneers. We got the flank positions ability set up here. Only caught here by British Crusader tanks, or AA tanks. Southeast segment moving up here, engaging the Panzer Grenadiers here. Needle responding here towards the center around the 6 pound guns here. There we go. Buildings being hit so far. None. The British anti-tank guns building takes another hit, collapses. Grenadiers moving up to secure the center here in the south. Charlotte's forced to fall back here in the face of more fierce German resistance than she and the 1st Armoured Division was expecting. Amps moving up to support the troops of the front line here, including those Panzer Grenadier. Okay, now certainly falls a bit cheaper here. Stug Divas the Crusader, 6 pound gun firing away, bouncing off the Stug's front armor. Definitely a more cautious fight at this stage. Now they aren't really looking to get too aggressive for various reasons. Up north, though, more push here is thwarted here by the mortar and the Vickers combo there from Charlotte, locking down any easy attempt to sneak up some extra training for the German army. Crusaders falling back. Still no sign of any company command per se for Charlotte. Crusaders poking northwards, could perhaps flank the northern flank here. I mean, there doesn't seem to be a lot of mines. He's like, good push through here with enough speed. Could catch Gentlefox off guard, then catch some support weapons from a bad angle and maybe even clear them out. Section mixing up here. Crusaders need repairs, of course. Charlotte does appear to be up to... Are they expecting something here? Or is planning something deep? I mean, she could even like try and push in here, and then try and attack Gentlefox's base directly, honestly. Of course, that could open up and theoretically her to be attacked as well there in her base. There's like something to consider there. Need level barrage again here. Massive slew of rockets being unleashed here upon the British positions, forcing here Charlotte to withdraw. Loss being inflicted, 6 pounder guns firing there. The Stu D now hold down in the streets here of Pachino. They can hit. More shots being fired, they're doing some fair damage to the Stug. Almost knocking out here. Closing on that Panther. Back to Charlotte, who is meanwhile very close to the Churchill Black Prince. There you go, Pound's been caught here. We do get a mechanized assault sprint here, but against the Crusader anti-aircraft tank, now in fact close to 82, I don't think it's going to quite work out here. Almost 82 here, a few more hits, I think should seal the deal on that one. But nope, decides not to fully pursue here. We got 208 versus 244, very close in terms of victory points. In the south here, Pentagon is moving up, Pax and Flax repositioning. Feels like just, you know, tension just continues to slowly build here as both sides are getting ready for the big battle. Both waiting for, shall I say, their big tools. See, grenades off here, section push back. Crusader tanks moving in here, Sappers getting ready. Charlotte, very close to that Black Prince. I mean, more or less she has the resources, he just needs a few more XP points, and that is, there we go. So you can call in Black Prince now. He just needs to press that button. Still de-hammering away here. Mines being dug down in the south. Very good. Taking advantage of the lull in the fighting here. Vic is almost wiped out. And down it goes. I believe you've even got a mortar out here for Gentlefox. Black Prince now at the ready, but Charlotte actually has an issue. She's actually got too many units now. She probably went too hard on the 6 pounder guns, to be fair. And she can't easily call in the Black Prince. So she technically will need to lose something here to open up for the Black Prince. Bit the other risky side of stalling too much. You actually risk not being able to call in the unit you want, either because you don't have enough resources or because you don't have enough pop cap. So what will Charlotte do about that? I mean, theoretically she could, like, you know, still take up then withdraw something. I suppose you can try and wait for the light vehicle withdraw and refit here. South here, flat catching the section here, ripping apart here with well practiced shooting there. And there goes section ripping apart here. Almost got them. Close call there for Charlotte and the British Empire. And up north here, Panther Squad there being sent in to sneak about here in Charlotte's northern flank. Charlotte ever closer to that Black Prince, yet also so far from it. As he's certainly a bit awkward situation there for her. North here, Crusader catching the Panther Force on the way here. Wrecking the Vickers there. Gentlefox wants nothing to do with such vile British weaponry. No, don't touch it, Ludwig! Might rot away your teeth. Ach, mein Gott, not mein teeth. Ja. Charlotte really wants that Black Prince, but she can't call it in. And she also clearly doesn't want to just throw her away units open up for it, so she's caught in a bit of a slightly awkward spot of her own devising, in a sense here. Sabs there being ripped apart. Yuma sending in section in the south here. Maybe she's just hoping to like bleed in some units enough to like open up for it without sacrificing time. There you go. She cannot call in the Black Prince. Units being hit here with artillery fire. Section wiped. And now we do have the Black Prince out here. Equipped with a mighty 17-pounder gun. The actual Black Prince was actually a bit larger than this. As a side note, actually enlarged the overall tank to fit in the 17-pounder gun. But oh, I got the Crusader, the Black Prince out here. On top of the triple Crusaders. Guess things are about to get very hot now as she's finally called in the very large tank of her dreams. So, over to Gentlefox here.
Our front line fails. 250 points remain for us.
244 is 142. Charlotte needs to get pushing in here soon. Current stalemate is not favouring her at all. It is certainly favouring Gentlefox and the 90th Panzer Grenadier Division.
New ability online.
Panther... Well, Gentlefox is also in the situation he's got too many units, so that's sort of an issue for both players. Kind of got like stuck up in this Chelsea defensive mentality, and so both like at the same time trying to go for the big stuff, can't go for it. But there, got South Wing Force Crusader tanks, well, the Black Prince firing in here. Ace Pack 4 is putting a problem. Charlie to get the mortar to work here to at least soften up here Gentlefox's positions, or at least deploy smoke screen. We got Gentlefox's own mortar there, of course, on the scene. We got spotting scopes in the Stug D. We got the emblems, which could also be upgraded. We got bunkers now for Gentlefox. We got bunkers. Good golly. Adding a machine upgrade to that one. Thumbs up. Not very often we see bunkers in 1v1s either. It's quite interesting to see there from Gentlefox. Crusaders need repairs here. Black Prince. I mean, that's pretty much in a good spot as is. We got the officer quarters up here for the infantry company for Gentlefox. I mean, at this point, you could easily go away with the panzer company as well, just to be sure. And we got another bunker up here for Gentlefox. Another bunker. Meanwhile, the southern one is almost upgraded here, ready to defend the southern victory point here. And make it hard here for Chantier to sneak up on it. There we go. Meanwhile, there you go. Another sortie. Got the Crusaders diving in. Backed up the 6-pounder gun. Charlotte goes in here for British Empire. The Stug D combust. There we go. One Crusader tank down here, though. Panthers can be called in now. Here we got the others moving forwards. And I do believe we get the rapid fire ability. Ambulance wrecked here. Packs are being wiped. Black Prince taking heavy damage to the Pack 40, including the Ace Low one. We got the 6-pounder coming up here. Black Prince is still bringing it apart. We got the Mechanized Assault, but without any units nearby, like army to the infant doesn't really matter for them. Black Prince almost getting knocked by the Pack 40. The Crusaders aren't firing at the Pack 40 here. That's a bit of a slip up. Shooting force back. The 6-pounder gun's not doing anything. And the Black Prince is down. A huge blow here to Charlotte. We got more Crusader tanks called in. Meanwhile, the Panthers moving forwards here. Another Crusader anti-aircraft tank goes up in flames. And we got a machine gun bunker here. Halfway fixed as well there for Gentlefox. Another Crusader anti-aircraft tank joins the rest here, as the south side is turning into an armoured graveyard. Panther pursuing in the 6-pounder guns here. That means careful. Actually cancels it for a medic bunker. Wow, okay. In the southeast section of Sappers, we're actually able to grab the point despite the machine gun bunker. That's kind of lucky here, but we got all 3 points out control by the British again. Panther moving forwards. More Grenadiers here for Gentlefox rather than say Panzer Grenadiers. Interesting choice here. 6-pounder guns firing at the Panther. Fair amount of bounces of the Panthers, though some still go further, I think in part due to the sidearm being hit here. Another bounce there, due to the mighty 80mm of sloped frontal armor. And now Gentlefox looks to rapidly grab all the points. We've got the medic bunker ready here for Gentlefox, most gentle of foxes. Got the base being hammered here with rocket artillery fire here. And fresh pioneers there for Gentlefox, well to help repair his Panther, which is certainly needed for the repairs. You could also easily at this point go for like the Vesper or the Starstorm Assault package. So Charlotte's situation just got a lot worse after that assault there. Partly I think it's just the lack of infantry, but also deciding to attack like through very two narrow spots here, which I think limited the ability to like, you know, really leverage all the firepower you had there, and made it easier for, you know, Gentlefox to like focus all the guns in one place. North here, Panzers right with the Crusader tank here. We got 209 versus 82. Grenadiers going in the center here. 6-pounder guns moving northwards. A rapid advance here for Charlotte, looking to reclaim what was lost at least up north. As Gentlefox, of course, continues to try and enhance his strength in the south. And there you go. Medic Pound, of course, they're still at the ready. Going to work down the Panther.
Victory point lost.
Got the medic standing about here as well.
Fixed. Now get back into front.
Got the Crusaders, the Gleniers, and Center South moving up here. There you go. More of a deep flank now here for Charlotte this time around again. We see a slight issue with the 6 Spanning guns needing to keep pace here with the otherwise rapid flank of the Crusader tank. I mean, otherwise, not a bad idea by Charlotte, but I feel like this should have been done soon. But there you go. Panther's rear is easily exploded 6 Spanning guns, taking immense amounts of damage here, almost knocking out the Panther immediately. Second Crusader tank moving up. He almost got the Panther, but the 6 Spanning guns are missing. Mortar for some reason got moved in by accidentally by Charlotte here. Back to Charlotte. Another Crusader tank is lit up, and now the 6 Spanning guns here all bunched up. A beautiful target for the Nebelwehr, for the anti-tank crews are being incinerated. Oh dear, and there you go. Packs around for the Crusader anti-aircraft tank Panthers going at it here, and there you go. We got the end of the fight here. A GG there, as Charlotte has realized the battle is lost and Gentlefox stands victorious. Definitely a very atypical match in a lot of ways for Companies 3. Certainly one with some larger pauses. Both players, I think, suddenly went very defensive, which is quite interesting as both players I find are much more aggressive here. But sometimes you do end up with this situation. Sometimes you do have to play defensive. It's just a bit more rare than see both players get very defensive as they did, push them into like some very strange situation, particularly the way they set up around Pachino Center made it also hard for them in some regards to actually attack as well. There's so bit of a weird situation there, building up a lot of tension, then suddenly went all out then, very explosively. But yeah, I feel like Charlotte had to check a bit more here as well, and with that previous assault here, also attack for here, I think Gentlefox not been able to hold, and that might actually crashed him. But again, I also think she probably should just take up here, gone for the company command post, you know, withdrawn some more of the Crusader anti-aircraft tanks, moved up for the Matildas, if she's going to like really push for these kinds of head-on assaults, or going for grants. I think that provided Charlotte with a bit more oomph. Plus, again, I do feel like one for doing nice here. For Gentlefox, there's someone else getting more aggression here and there. But that is that. All the way, though. Hope you enjoyed this match. You learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell your family, but not your enemies. This is Imperial saying cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. As always, you can always support me by pledging on Patreon or donating my PayPal. Links in the description. Cheers, everyone, and see you all tomorrow.